special guest for the masterclass Nuke the Foundry. We are here with the visual effect artist Victor Perez, who has tried for the first time Oculus Rift. On the technical side, what are your impressions on the VR head-mounted display Oculus Rift?
Well, from a point of view, it's something totally new that is, you know, it's not conventional just to be this immersed in the video game. The possibility of having the stereoscopic device just stick to your eyes and responding just one by one of each of your movements is quite interesting, because it's giving you the impression of being there. Leaving aside the quality of the graphics or the level of accuracy with the controls and stuff, it's really interesting, the new perspective that this thing is opening now in the market. So the first thing is something totally new, never seen before, because the theme of the latency, so the response between your movements and the program executing that movement, is quite impressive. So that is avoiding a lot of the problems of sickness of the motion, because you feel like naturally integrated in the video game. So has been really positive for me.
Okay, thank you. And which Rift applications do you expect for cinema?
Well, for cinema, I have no idea. As I'm sure there is many people now, right, thinking about how to integrate. You know, in the last years, everything is merging towards the immersion in cinema. Something like, I don't know, IMAX screens, so everything is big, so it's covering your whole visual. Of course, the stereoscopy that is giving you the third dimension for that, but it's not only now that, is everything is now in your head, literally. so when you are moving your head, you now can see things that are not part of a single window. So there is no window anymore. So that is opening now an narrative and a new way of storytelling that is quite interesting, because you are not focusing. That is a good thing, and not that's so good for storytelling, because it's going to be different to tell the story. But you can be in the middle of the set. For instance, if you are telling a story, you can be in a coffee shop, and the characters can be next to you in another table, and you can be sitting next to them. So the feeling of immersion is not you are an observer anymore. Now you are part of it. So maybe there is something happening right behind you, so you can just turn and maybe another scene is happening. So it's going to change, of course, for sure, the concept of space. It's not a window anymore. So that is a nice thing.
Cinema and video games are the most popular arts in this century. In the even more powerful connections between these two arts, which will be, in your opinion, the role of Oculus Rift?
Well, that is interesting, because for a long time video games have been trying to look like film, and now we are in a moment of film looking like video games, and now there is a moment of I don't want to be like you anymore. So films want to be more films, video games want to be more video games, but at the end they both look the same, but with the difference of immersion. So because everything is tending to be more immersive, so film with the screen, stereoscopy and stuff, and video games with the level of reality, just to mimic the reality in the nature and all the effects and all the lighting and all the cinematography. Because I feel now, I don't want to mention any title in particular, but now we are getting like a direction of photography in film, in video games. Something like lenses, lens flare, how light is going to, maybe it's a bit too much. But now we are in a new territory. We are now exploring new things. So I don't know if this is going to create a merge, a crossover between them. So they are going to use the same level of immersion, just to put the subjects in the point of view of a certain character, a first person or whatever, or this is just going to be a winner for one of the systems and a loser for the other. I have no idea. It's so new that I have no idea of the application, but for sure I'm totally sure that there is people right now inventing things about that, and that is important. It's like the iPhone in the beginning, just a few applications, and in less than 2 years, millions of applications. So it's going to be like that, for sure.
Okay, thank you very much, Victor.
Thank you, my pleasure.